All right. Yeah, come on.
Welcome to the Yeah Come On Show with Southside Steve.
Yeah, come on. And I got to tell you, the subject is ice. It really
We're gonna
all
take it.
over.
We're gonna do it again, and we did this yesterday.
Yeah.
More talk about the ice
I
storm.
can't let it go. Okay. Now, when I said the story's ice, there's a lot of states that are like, yeah, they're horrible people. No, those guys I love. They should get nothing but respect, and jurisdiction should work with them and make it easier. They're doing what people voted for, and anybody that wants to protect a rapist or a drug addict or anybody with a criminal record that's here and you're not legal. Oh, I heard the word illegal's nasty. You're not supposed to use it.
Well,
I don't know what else you call it.
What else do you say? Yeah, if you're
Well,
not
you
here, if
came
you're not
here-
here legally,
Yeah.
it's illegal.
So you're not a citizen, but you want to live here. And then I love the chants where people are just going off, going, I hate America. I'm like, oh, that stinks. And now you're going to go down to Publix and just get all the veggies and you're enjoying the money. Maybe you're running a scam and you still go out in the streets and you promote rock throwing in America. I can't have it. I can't. But that ice, I dig. The ice that's coming to Georgia, I don't dig. Ice is the worst. I've been through an ice storm. This might have been when you were a little kid because I was no, you weren't even born. I think I was 7, 8, 9. We had an ice storm that came through and had several inches. All the power lines, no power. And it's not really fun to sled in. And if you're not wearing something on your cheeks or something, you fall off your sled and you hit, it almost burns you. It's like a rug burn. Ice is not nice. The
Is
ice.
this some ice storm in the 70s? Yeah, I may have missed this one.
You missed that one. But the one coming is 2,000 miles wide. It's catastrophic, Jeff. That's what they're calling it.
Historic.
It's historic. It could be catastrophic, but it's historic because it's 2,000 miles wide and it's coming. And it looks like for us that live in Atlanta and north, all we're going to get is ice. But in the higher elevations, snow. And north of us in other states, snow, 8, 10, 14 inches. Snow can be plowed. Ice sucks. So now are you buying into it?
No. Because when I look at the weather around Atlanta, it's really not going to be freezing for very long. I mean, there might be some, but it won't last very. According to the Weather Channel app, it's just going to be freezing for one night, and then it'll be warmer. It's going to be in the 50s today, Friday.
Yeah, I'm prepared to take this off and be in a T-shirt. Quickly, who runs Georgia?
Oh yeah, but the whole state is going to be under a state of emergency.
Well, I just want to know who runs Georgia.
Brian Kemp.
That's our governor.
Yeah.
Do you back him?
Yeah, but hey, what does that mean? Like, here it is. We got to.
Well, here's what he did. Yeah.
Of the state of emergency.
Well, you gave it away.
State actions that I've taken to this point, just declared a state of emergency for all Georgia counties effective immediately. That executive order will be posted here shortly. The duration of that will be 7 days. Obviously, if we need it longer than that, we'll extend that. I've also authorized a call up of 500 National Guardsmen. And obviously, we do not have a need for those folks right now. Hopefully, we won't. But we just want to be prepared in case we do, that we can move and get General Wilson and his team responding as quick as possible. So that'll be part.
Good old General
Guard.
General Wilson. General Wilson is coming to Georgia with the National Guard. Now they're on standby. We're going to use them only if we need to use them. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them in a giant gymnasium, and we're going to make sure. So if any of you out there run some small foods, maybe you own a Zaxby's or McDonald's, if you could bring food in for them, that'd be great. But they're on standby, okay? In a gym. Jennifer, not Jennifer, sorry. Honey, I don't call her anymore. I'm sorry. General Smith, what he'll do is he'll give the order, and they're going to be everywhere because all counties are on alert in Georgia.
Is this your Brian Kemp accent?
Kind of.
Not bad.
Yeah. You know what the hell. So that tells me there's something to it. He doesn't want to screw up and not be
Prepared.
Prepared.
Yeah.
And that's all we are. We're prepared. If the power goes off, I got a gas grill and I got a gas fireplace. We'll be fine. Got bottled water, got flashlights. I don't have a generator. Some people do. Some people have whole house generators where there's like, and the whole house lights up like a Christmas tree. But you know what you don't want to do? You don't want to be the only house on the street lit up, because guess what? Hi, I just couldn't help notice. Do you have power? You do?
Can we come
kids,
over?
Can we just? People are going to ask to bathe in your house. They're going to ask to cook in your house. They're going to ask.
Yeah. Well, again, if the power goes out, I don't think it'll be for very long, because it's not going to be a long time of being, under freezing or under 32 degrees.
Well, next week's going to be cold. This is going to be a cold, cold week. So we're going to be in the 30s next week. I don't know what sticks around, what stays around, but if there's ice on the streets, black ice, I don't know why there's not white ice.
I'm surprised they haven't already called school off for all of next week, the way they call school off with the slightest chance of bad weather.
Yeah, everybody's in school today. Both my kids. I've heard from one of my kids' schools saying we're going to look at Monday. We'll let you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we'll find out. Basketball tomorrow morning. I've got games.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
it's not supposed to really be until like Saturday night and Sunday.
Well, they're saying 1 o'clock Saturday it could start. So then, in between, I have a son that has a basketball game at 8:30 and one at 2:30. Thanks for that. I enjoy getting home and coming all the way back. Couldn't you, get them closer together? For me, I got an errand to run, and the wife's not going to like it, but it's a priority for me. I got to get my hair colored tomorrow. I have an 11 o'clock appointment.
And a basketball game?
Well, basketball at 8:30. It's over at 9:30. Then I drive down, get my hair colored, get back in time for the 2:30 game, and coach with new highlights. Flicking.
And you think you can make all this happen in that time frame? You're not going to be late? I'm sure that Amanda's kind of questioning your timeline.
If I run late, it's a good cause, because my hairdresser is leaving the country for like 10 days. So I don't want to be 3 weeks down the road and look like George Washington.
Because if you don't color your hair, that's about what you're going to look like.
I'm 70% gray.
Yeah.
About 70. Maybe I'm too high, but I like going high. I'm at least 65 to 60. Over half is gray. I'm like, how the hell did this happen? Age. The other thing I want to talk about is driving around. Jeeps can get around, four-wheel drives. Now, nobody gets around in ice, but you got a better chance. Can't go uphill in ice, but if you keep it slow and you got 4 tires moving versus 2, especially not front-wheel drive, I think you've got a better chance. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're just going slow. Braking is the problem in ice, or going too fast. You can't go fast. But what about Jeeps? They're light. They're going to be out. Tell me what happened to Jeeps, because I remember CJ5, CJ7s, Wranglers. I owned a Wrangler for 2 years. I loved it. It's a blast. Guys are crossing creeks. They're looking cool. They're glorified in movies, and now they have turned into the douchiest vehicles.
Well, why is that?
Because anybody that owns a Jeep puts all these little furry animals or little stuffies.
Oh, the ducks, the little rubber ducks that are.
I've seen ducks.
All in the windows.
I've seen these little things that you stick on that look like the little cotton guys, like 2 balls with a face. And then I've seen stuffed animals.
These things.
Those things.
Yes, I see more and more, and this is a recent phenomenon, right? I don't remember seeing this years ago.
Started 2-3 years ago.
Well, I was looking it up. Like people, they give them to each other. Like if you are another Jeep owner, you leave it on their Jeep, and then that's how they collect them. They give them to each other, or something like that. Yeah, that's some kind of thing that they just started doing a few years ago. That's why all of them have it now.
So if somebody leaves you one, you almost have to put it in your Jeep.
I guess so. Yes.
I would have a sign on mine that says, "Leave a duck, I'll kick your ass."
Yeah.
Don't leave a duck on my Jeep. We did that on the cruise that you and I go on.
Oh yeah. The hide and go, or what's it called? It's like a scavenger hunt.
It's what it is you bring. They ask the kids to bring a duck, and you can put your name. Some people put their social media so you can follow them to get followers. Some of these kids that are 10, 11, 12, or they just say from Brooks, from Parker, which is what we did.
Mm-hmm. And you leave them on the ship.
And you hide them on the ship,
Yeah.
and kids find them, and then they also are hiding theirs, and you find theirs.
Yeah. So I guess it's kind of like that for Jeep owners.
Who knew? What the hell? It's time now to talk about famous people, and what is really cool, and that's only can happen on Steve MZ. Steve MZ brought to you by Exit Wealth. Exit Wealth Studios is where we reside right here in Alpharetta. We also have Exit Wealth Studios in Buckhead. For us, it's a brilliant thing to be here, to be in this location. We've got professional lighting. We've got cameras. We're rolling. The other thing that is rolling for us is Exit Stage Left Advisors. These are guys that sell your business. So if you've worked hard on one, and your kid doesn't want to take it over, but you're tired of doing the same thing, maybe you want to do something else or sit, come to them to sell your business. At least find out what your business is worth. They want to talk to you if you're interested in selling in a year, 5 years, or 10 years. Exit Stage Left Advisors. Now a little Steve MZ. Did you know we're getting a new coin? Did you know it?
No, I know that the penny has just been discontinued. I see in grocery stores, hey, no more pennies.
Pennies are done.
Mm-hmm.
Pennies are done. I think this is the last year they're making them. Are grocery stores refusing to take change?
I think so. I just see signs like, if they're going to round down. There's a whole rounding system if you're paying with cash.
I did not know
but
that.
I haven't paid cash at a grocery store in a long time.
There's a guy that went, he's not viral, but the post is. He went into a Walmart, not going after you, Walmart, but the chick's got the Walmart tag. She's behind the counter. And he had cash, but he realized he had a bunch of change. So he went out and got his change. So he was paying for something that was about $4.50 in change, and he kind of put it out. She refused to count it. She goes, "That's not my job."
Oh no, no.
He's like, "You're a cashier."
Yeah, this is
and
money.
she brought up, we don't even take pennies.
Well, I mean that okay then.
So he said, "I'll take the pennies out," and she goes, "I'm not counting that."
She still said no.
No.
Oh.
She goes, "Credit card." And he's like, "You can't make that decision."
No, you're right.
And
See,
she
he's
went
right.
back and forth. She goes, "What do you want me to do? Do you want me to call your manager? She goes, quit filming me. You're not allowed to film me." He goes, like, "Yes, I am." And then she takes a picture of him. And the whole thing, it's all over change. She didn't want to count it. I'm like, "Hey, sister, you got to count the change." I'm just saying. But there's a new coin coming out. So we are making coins. But we brought this up on a podcast that I do called the Red, White, and Green podcast. We've done 2 episodes. I do it with Ted Jenkins. I do it actually from this studio. We'll be moving to the Buckhead studio. And it's all about money hacks, saving money, how you get money, businesses, how to set up a small business, those kind of things. So change came up, and he let us know that the penny's too expensive. It costs 4 cents to make it.
Right. Yeah, it made no sense anymore to do those.
The nickel, I think, costs like 6 cents, and it's not even silver. But then the dime is a moneymaker because it's thin. It is. And quarters, I guess, whatever, it must be under that. But that's why we're getting away from it. But they're doing a 250th anniversary coin, and that is going to be dimes, quarters, and half dollars.
Oh, $50. I haven't seen those since probably 1976.
Been a long time.
Yeah.
Remember we had the Susan B. Anthony dollar that was the size of a quarter?
Yeah, wasn't that like that was in the 76 maybe?
It was after that.
But I remember, it was like a quarter. They were kind of confusing, the dollar.
Very confusing. But they were trying to make change smaller in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
The silver dollar and the half dollar in the 70s was like a golden doubloon.
Yeah, they were huge, yeah.
You're like, "I'm a pirate." "Hey, matey, look what I found." I mean, they were big as hell. You put a few of those in your pocket and you're leaning. So I don't know, but the 250th anniversary of our nation, I'll get the coins. I will. I don't know. They're going to be in circulation for 1 year.
Okay. And
One
they'll be
year.
collector's items.
And that's it. And then after a year, they're going to quit making them. And I think after that year, they're going to quit making change. So we're coming to the end of change. But boy, we got a lot of change happening. The latest thing out there is Kim Kardashian catching hell for an elephant purse.
An elephant skin, like an elephant
Mm-hmm.
is what, PETA going after her or something?
PETA and other people and whoever were photographing it, she was seen. Whether it was real or not, she didn't respond, probably because she has like 20 people telling her not to respond. She's not dumb like the rest of us that have like, "I'm just going to drink 5 beers and I'm going to tell the whole world to F off." Oh, that tastes good. Coca-Cola. Welcome to the home of Coca-Cola, Atlanta, Georgia. So she said it was fake.
It's not real elephant. So, okay.
And if it is, it is. If it isn't, she's not going to use it again. I'm sure she has a purse closet.
She's probably got all kinds of animal skin purses and shoes and
Do you date anybody? Have you ever dated anybody that I have that was into animal stuff? Like furs, maybe? If
No.
they're wealthy?
I don't think so.
No.
It's
What
got-
about
like-
guys? Do you have friends that wear boots like anything from eel skin to lizard to alligator to
Well, I have some snakeskin.
Ostrich.
I have some snakeskin boots that I wear for Halloween whenever I'm dressed up as a cowboy or something. I went as Landman.
There's a reason.
And I was wearing. There's a reason, yeah. But they're snakeskin. I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't. I figured the animal's dead. So you're just making use. It's almost like you live on forever because your skin was used for a belt or a bag or a shoe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw red paint. You're not a red paint thrower.
No. But I don't understand why, some animals are more valuable than others. We eat cows and chickens and everything else. Well,
I know.
what's the difference if you want to use the alligator skin for something or the snake skin for something?
Yeah, they're more exotic, and all those weird animals, they're populated. There's too many of them. I mean, pythons. Anybody that wears python anything, which I don't know if that's a thing. If you got python boots, I'm like, way to go. Damn those long ass snakes that strangle everything. They're everywhere. They just need to go in. I think. Would this be wrong if we got Trump or somebody or got the army just to do target practice to ride through the Everglades and just shoot the crap out of the water and to see you're
What
going to
comes
kill? Yeah, you're going to kill 1,000 pythons. Kill them. They're overpopulated.
Part of the ecosystem, and they need to. What about the deers? The deers are overpopulated too.
Do you know what goes on there?
What?
Neighborhoods. We had a guy come on in rock radio. And this was about 3 or 4 years ago. And this happens. If all of a sudden you don't see a lot of deer, it happened and you never knew it. There is a group that gets together, and I think one of the guys in my subdivision has done it or is a member. They're big time hunters, but they are bow hunters. So what they do is they go in with crossbows or bow and arrow. They have the heat sensory stuff, and they go in at night and they kill like 20 or 30 deer in a golf community or a
like
community.
like discreetly.
Yeah, it's like
Because
you don't hear it.
in my neighborhood in Woodstock. There's just deer all the time.
Well,
Walking around. It's a big neighborhood, big houses. It's and they're always there.
Yeah, well, the problem
And it's
is
dangerous.
It is dangerous. It's not just the car and running into them. It's also the fact that they eat up everything. You'll see all these neighborhoods with nice flowers, and they have like the deer stuff, the covering on it, where the deer
Yeah.
can't get to it.
Yeah.
And they do that because the deer will come in and eat it all. They eat a lot. So I think it's time to get those groups out. That's what we ought to do for a business. We ought to run a team. And we're like, we come into your neighborhood. You'll never know we were there. We drag them out. We put them on the back of flatbeds. We're out by 4 a.m. And there might be blood trails, but so what? But imagine if you went with shotguns.
Yeah, that would be so discreet.
I would love it. It's a hell of a lot easier, but nobody wants bullets. They're okay with arrows. And that's Steve MZ. Steve MZ brought to you by Smalls Sliders 2. That's Smalls, plural, Sliders, plural. And there's one coming in Marietta, and it comes in March. And I will be endorsing it. And this show is brought them on as a proud sponsor. So look for Smalls Sliders to pop up. Look it up if you want to know what's coming. But the best tasting little squares you're ever going to have. And also Campbright RV. Campbright RV, I'm getting my marching orders to be out there for a big sale. If you're looking for an RV, if you're in the market to just tour the world, or maybe you're a hunter and you want to have one to drag out and everybody stays warm and you don't have a cabin on your land, these RVs range from 20 to 150, financing available in the 150s to the 100s. Dude, Jeff, you can make that your home.
Mm-hmm.
I still think there's a chance you sell the panty dropper, which is Jeff's car, and you get a little plot of land and you pull, like, you remember what Martin Riggs did?
In Lethal Weapon,
All he did
he had
was live,
a little trailer on the beach.
and he had his dually where he could move it anywhere he wanted, and he put his little trailer on the beach.
Yeah.
And he had like a 20 grander, 25.
But he was also in the beaches of California. Like, I don't know.
You got a problem with Lake Lanier Beach?
They're not going to let me. You can't just pull out there. You got to pay for it.
They might. We'll see where we can get Jeff. Right now, it's Paul Dictainment. Where are you taking us?
We'll see.
Polydictainment.
Well, just a couple things to mention. Today in Minnesota, they're having more anti-ICE protests. In fact, a lot of businesses are shutting down. They're having kind of a blackout day today, Friday.
Weren't they getting a lot of this 2,000 square mile storm?
That's what I
ice
thought
and
too.
snow?
Don't you? I guess maybe they're not. But no work, no school, no shopping blackout day was kicked off today by community leaders, protesting ICE, and even Vice President Vance was like, "Hey, we got to work something out. We just this does not need to escalate." Even President Trump says, "Let's meet halfway. Let's come up with something." But they do want to use ICE to get the criminals out of the country. Real simple.
Minnesota does?
Yes. No. We do.
All right.
Well,
Well,
that's why the ICE is there. Like, we're not trying to just get anybody. They make it sound like they're just going in and just harassing. But they're trying to get the criminals.
so here's what they do. You just have a meeting with all these leaders and everybody and all the you just get 3 of the like severe mentally ill bitchers. There's the one dude with the beard. I'm so tired of seeing that guy. And he's F-bombing and he's F-bombing in that church and he's disgusting. And then there's this woman that looks like a man and she's got her glasses and short hair. There's about 3 or 4 leaders. You bring them in and all you say is, here are the 400 people we're going after. 300. They all have these records from Venezuela, Somalia, wherever they came from, Mexico, Canada, I don't know. And then show them, these are the people we're going after. Now help us go get them.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So there's going to be a big protest today. So hopefully it stays calm and doesn't escalate.
How does it escalate in this weather?
They're also calling for the officer that shot Renee Good that died last week that he's held accountable.
No. You know what he's held accountable? They have shown videos of these vehicles hitting people and everything. That woman did not listen. If he was in fear for his life, he had 1 second to make a decision. She did come at him for a split second before cutting right, but she did hit him. I did not even think in the videos I saw that she even touched him. Then you see the videos where you can see he got hit.
Well, he did a little, but it looks like he was getting out of the way.
He was
but
trying.
It was the other officer that shot her 3 times to kill. Not like, why didn't he shoot, somewhere in the direction to maybe scare her? But
I don't know.
They'll have to work that out. But it was I thought it was a little excessive. But again, I say, if she would have just complied with a federal officer, it would not have escalated.
Yes, you have to comply. I don't understand where these people think instantly they're attorneys. I don't have to roll down my window. No.
Yeah.
No. And I love this. The first thing out of their mouth, here's an officer, he may be a sergeant or corporal, and they're like sideways, they go, I want to talk to your what's the guy? Supervisor. I want to talk to your supervisor. And then they just turn and give him this. I want to speak to your supervisor. And then the guy's like, they're not available, whatever. And they go, and then when the supervisor gets there, I want to talk to your captain. It's like,
I know.
is President Trump available? I mean, get out of your damn car. Sorry.
But the only thing that you don't have to comply, as we've learned from our pal George Stein, is you do not have to take the field sobriety test if they ask you to.
That is true, because some of those, as George has said, are set up to fail. So it becomes an opinion, and you're on film by the officer. So if you just want to stall because you think you're right on the edge, I think it only works if you're on the edge. Like you had 2 or 3 beers and you're scared to blow. You don't want to do the sobriety, and you're like, just take me somewhere.
Well, yeah, just take me and just go ahead and arrest me or detain me. I'm not going to go get out and walk the plank.
Yeah, I'm just not. And by the way, I'm talking to you. This will show that I'm sober.
Yeah.
But if you're like sloshy, you're done.
Yeah.
You might as well blow.
Yeah.
You might as well stand on one leg and fall over.
But you don't ask for their sergeant.
No. I wouldn't. I've never thought of that. Ugh.
All right, time for sports. Get Jack Sugar on the phone.
That's right. And sports brought to you by Regal Nissan Service. Regal Nissan, a dealership off Roswell, and it's in Roswell, but it's off of Holcomb Bridge Road in Georgia 400. It's accessible, off 285. It's only about 6 minutes up the interstate. If you drive a Nissan or an Infiniti and you want service, walk in, ask for the Yeah Come On deal. Right now, it's $26 off an oil change. That's pretty damn good. So Jack Sugar's coming on. He is my brother-in-law. He is all things sports. Jack is an athlete. He's the guy that every time we do games in our family, being my brother-in-law, he wins. He has to win. He has to throw. And he's training his son to win, and I feel the pressure. Now I've got to get my kids on kid steroids or something to combat Jack because his kids are going to dominate. And then I'm like, the Rickmans are just going to be second choice. Can't have it, and he's a great golfer too. You know what this son of a bitch did? And I mean that in the nicest because I love his mother. I don't mean that. That's a horrible word, by the way. I don't want to use that anymore. You know what this son of a beautiful woman did?
What?
He went out and hit a 72.
Ooh.
Now, guess where he did it? I'll let him tell you. On the line right now, Jack Sugar, all things sports. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on. That was a top 10 day of my life shooting this out at East Lake Golf Club. I don't know what happened. It just, first round, I'm a father, someone was looking over me and I had the round of my life amongst my brother-in-law. So, yeah.
All right,
When I have trouble sleeping at night, I replay every shot and that helps me fall asleep.
I wish I would have been there because then I would know. I'm not saying it's true, but you were surrounded by family that some families will lie for each other. I'm not saying yours will. We're going to call you back, not because of the lies, but because of the fact that you sound like a very old, deep voice man. So we're going to get a better connection with Jack Sugar. So we're hanging up. We're doing it live. We'll talk to him in 1 minute. What the hell was that?
It's this thing, it just sometimes it does that thing where it doesn't have a good strong connection and it makes the person like pitch down for some reason.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jack Sugar with sports. I'm like, good God, how many testicles do you have? A lot.
All right, that sounds better.
Well, that sounds good. Hey, Jack.
All right, let's try this again.
Oh, you're perfect.
See the difference?
See
It's
the difference?
Strangest thing.
Jack, you went from 4 testicles to 2. Thank you. I'm kidding when I joke about your family. I love your family. They're fun to be around. They're like mine, except yours have money. And you go places, and it's like, yeah, man, we're having fun. And they just roll with everything. And they're cool. And I'm not handed out a spreadsheet of exactly what I'm going to do for the next 7 days.
Yeah, it has its pros and cons. There's a balance in there somewhere.
There is, and I'm joking. I'm not going after my in-laws. That's excessive. But there are planners, and then there are fly-by-your-seat of the panners. And, yeah, I like that middle zone. But, no, we love our family, the family we married into, as well as the families we have. My brothers love you, and it's just a perfect thing. So I come to Jack because I realize that he knows sports better than probably 98% of the people I ever run into. And I know you're better than a few guys on the radio. You just have a different calling in life at the moment. But I think you could do sports for a lot of the radio stations in Atlanta with your takes. And that being said, that 72 he shot, it was real. I joke. Nobody would. Honest family. They weren't Boy Scouts, but they act like it. But the fact you pulled that off blows my effing mind. He's never hit in the 70s, and he got a 72.
Mm-hmm. And this is 100% legit. No,
Jack,
no mulligans. No, we won't count that water shot.
I'll let Jack answer those questions.
No. None of that. It was legit. The putts were falling, and I scrambled well. My brother-in-law is the most competitive person. I'm very competitive. My younger sister, her husband, he wouldn't let this fly. If it weren't true, and he was there to see it all, and he'll attest to it. So just one of those magical days.
Okay, someone that can attest it. That's all you need.
That's all it is. Yeah, yeah. Not that we wouldn't believe his family. That being said, I also believe what you think about sports. 2 pivotal games coming up: AFC, NFC championships at 3 p.m. and 6:30 on channels I get like CBS and Fox. What's going to happen?
Oh man, yeah, I've been diving into it over the past couple of days, trying to figure it out myself, and I couldn't believe the spread on the Broncos game when I first saw that it was 4.5. But they're at home. It's gonna feel like 9 degrees in Denver at 3:30 when they're kicking off, and so it's just gonna be a physical knock 'em, drag out fight. And so I think they can keep it inside that number. Whether they can win or not, I just have no idea. And I don't think anybody does because Jared Stidham hasn't played football in 3 years, has taken 1 snap this year, and it was a kneel down. And so how can you predict it?
That's not good.
Sean Payton is a genius, but Drake May has 6 fumbles in 2 playoff games. And so he's not playing very secure ball. And in a game where you're going to need to value each possession and it's going to be ugly, running the ball, I really don't know. I don't think Jared Stidham in the Super Bowl is great for ratings in the NFL. And I know we've talked about the incentive that the league has to have eyeballs on televisions. And between Jared Stidham in the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny performing at halftime,
Oof.
I think it has the potential to be one of the lowest rated Super Bowls if that were to be the case. And so I think they're going to want the Patriots in there.
Are you talking about
and-
referees throwing the game, umpires, refs, whatever you want to call them, the zebras?
There could be some thumbs on some scales, is all I'm saying.
That's just
If things
wrong.
are trending in a poor direction. But I hate to think that way. I like to think that the game is pure. But it's a business. And so, and actually at the end of the day, I do think Vrabel and the Patriots, they just know how to win games, and I think they're going to pull it out, but it's going to be a close one.
Well, here's my thing. If this guy goes off and he's in the air and he's not just handing it off, which is why they could win if he's handing it off, but if he throws and does something insane, like 300-plus yards, then everybody gets behind him. Then it becomes
That's fair.
exciting. So that's what I think could happen. Otherwise, we go down the hall with the Patriots. Since Belichick's gone, since Tom Brady's gone, in 3-4 years of being decimated, they're back in the Super Bowl. I mean, that makes Kraft look pretty crafty. So I don't want to hear all that crap. I get way too much Patriots stuff based on my neighbors. So I'm hoping this guy goes off and there's a reason to watch him, but we'll see. Quickly, Rams, Seahawks. This is another one that's going to be a tough game. I think the world, the East Coast wants the Rams, even though they're a West Coast team. I think because of Matt Stafford, right or wrong. I know you, as a graduate with 2 degrees from Georgia, your thoughts on that game quickly.
My heart tells me the Rams, but my head is going with the Seahawks. They've got the rest advantage. They blew out the 49ers. I just see them continuing to roll at night in Seattle. It's just a brutal place to come try to win a playoff game. And they're too hot right now. Sam Darnold gets his revenge against the Rams, who he lost to last year. And that's why he got ousted from Minnesota. So I think the Seahawks are they've got some of the logistical advantages, I guess. So yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks. That's where I would put my money.
Well, they've got a great team. They've got a 13th man, as you put it, in the audience there for sure. It's loud, and I understand what you're saying, and I get heart versus mind, and when your wallet is on the line. I will tell you, when they played this year, it was 36-37. It was close. So, and I think it was an overtime win, and the Rams played in Seattle. So it was close. So we'll see what the Super Bowl brings.
Yeah.
Jack Sugar, we know where your money is. Looks like Patriots, even though your heart might want to see a quarterback that hasn't thrown in 3 years go off. And Seahawks, even though you love one Matt Stafford, but he didn't play when you were at Georgia. He wasn't your QB.
No, I had Aaron Murray. But yeah, head versus heart. I think that's what the weekend is all about. And I'll be rooting for the Rams and the Broncos, but I think the smart money is on the other side.
Do you know what he just said? Head versus heart. That could be his tagline. And you know what that is? That is sex until I was 48, until I met my wife. Head versus heart. Closing statements from one Jack Sugar. And Jack, I can't say it, but I'm going to tease big things coming his way, and I can't wait to talk about them. That's my brother-in-law, and he knows all. I would follow him through fire. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yeah, come on. Have a nice weekend. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, come on. Track 13, baby. This is brought to you by David Markwell. This is Markwell Therapy. We love David Markwell, and this guy is sound. When you go into his room, you just know you come out a better person within an hour, and you can do it on Bluetooth. And he is great with couples. He's great with individuals. He's great with young people and older people. It's never too late to get your head on straight. And if things that happened to you growing up affect you, Get rid of it. Let the baggage go. And he's a guy to talk to. It's markwelltherapy.com. Jeff, track 13 is here with us from the Exit Wealth Studios. And we got a song that I like. It's got a curse word in it.
Oh, it's got,
And I love it.
Not just the curse word, but the context that it's used in is pretty graphic.
Yeah, here's the deal. If you're under 18, don't even listen to this. See how I said 18?
Well, I could post the clean version. I'm sure there's a clean version out there, but that takes all the fun out of it.
No, then we have no balls.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to post this, but just know I played this song in front of my entire wedding party for my wife. But I had a DJ, Yvonne Monet, famous here in Atlanta, and I told her where to clip it, and she clipped it. But I started that song in my wife's eyes because she knows what it says pretty early on. And Kid Rock gets naughty. It's a stripper song. It is a guy that doesn't care about the girl song, but it is hot, and it is a Hellraise song, and I love to play it. And if you sing along with it, you're not a bad person. You're just enjoying some Kid Rock.
Yeah.
But we cut it down because if that would have gone out over my wedding party, I think half the party would have left.
Yeah. That would
The
not
other
fly.
half would have been like, yeah.
That would not fly at Country Club of the South.
No, it would not.
No. All right, so we'll do this was, I think, the lead single from that album. Of course, it was Bleep when it came out on the radio, but you don't hear it much these days. But this is a good rockin' song to get into the weekend, and also because it's going to be cold and freezing, we're going to do So Hot. This is from Kid Rock, 2007, Rock and Roll Jesus, my favorite album of his.
Wow.
I love it. 2009 or 2007. It is track 13 today. So Hot. Kid Rock on the Come On Show.